Izzy McLean is the new bat. And it was Izzy McLean who was facing, of course.
Yeah, and oh, here's the new bowler. This is Leach.
Now I think people
Nazia
might
Leach.
finally hear you.
Now, hoping
It's all
that
about
he has
us
solved
listening to what we were watching earlier.
audio problems.
Leach's second of this over is Fuller. It catches an edge and runs behind, but there won't be any run for that one. So it was an excellent first over from Pembroke.
And since then, really,
A stingy second over, which I was told by a friend is an unusual word to be using. So I'll continue to use it. And then a very dramatically bad one for Pembroke as Zoe Bell lost her wicket. That's popped in the air. There's a fielder there, and it's caught.
second wicket to fall. Parting bat. Go Izzy McLean.
I believe so.
Izzy McLean. A short stay
Yeah,
in the middle.
Izzy McLean probably in much sooner than she would have thought, and definitely gone much sooner than she would have thought. She got underneath one and popped it up softly on the leg side. The fielder was in the right place at the right time and took the catch.
Well, that's another wicket down. 22 for 2. This is when James should be commentating. The
Yeah,
Australian
try to
twang
predict.
for the 22 for 2 is
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
James, could you just go over to the Dougal and tell us what the score is, please?
You sure you won't say 2 for 22?
We might say that as well, but
22 for 2.
Oh,
There you go.
so, okay. He reversed it for us Northern Hemisphere cricket fans.
well, Pembroke 2 wickets down already. We're only in the 4th over. 21 on the board, courtesy by and large to Zoe Bell's actions in the first over.
So after a very unsteady first over from Leinster, now it's Pembroke just 3 overs later that look like they're on the ropes. Kimley McDonald is the new batter. Attempted sweep leads to a big appeal, but
Umpire was moving away very quickly there.
yeah, that's the universal sign of
Yeah.
it not an LB.
Why are you even asking me?
The quick walk to the side and the shake of the hand. Next delivery is Fuller. She takes a big swipe at that one. She pulls it to the leg side. They're going to scamper through for one. There was nobody home right there. Yeah, you got to feel for Izzy McLean. Sometimes you get under those balls, and sometimes you kind of pop them up softly, and you get very lucky that there's nobody home. You just pop it up to a bit of empty grass, but there was somebody there that time, and unfortunately she had to depart. That'll bring Georgia Beattie back on strike. Delivery's out wide, takes a big swing at it, but misses. And that'll bring up the end of the over. At the end of 2, 23 runs for Pembroke. Sorry, at the end of 4, 23 for 2, Pembroke.
Well, 23 for 2, not ideal, but decent enough scoring rate. Pembroke's problem in the last couple of games has been scoring runs. They won a game against Clontarf where they only scored 107, but they also lost a game where they only scored 47. So it's a bit up and down for the seconds at the moment. They're falling between the two stools, as is often the case when you're running 3 teams.
Yeah. So here's the return of Orla Bagnall. Her first delivery is driven to the covers. No attempted run. Quick throw to try to get someone at the wicket, get Beattie at the wickets, but she was back safely. Bagnall, along with her partner, the other bowler, I'm forgetting her name now. They've really done a great job of steadying the ship here for Leinster.
Leach it was.
Leach, thank you.
That one gets through the fielder. Good effort, but it just squeezed through her fingertips. And that'll let Pembroke pick up a couple. And those are well-needed runs.
Well, a welcome double. Yeah, that's what we can say. Much needed runs. Yeah, runs are either kind of superfluous or they're desperately needed. There's really no middle ground.
To those of you who are watching today, I'm now, rather than spreading the news of each game and the link to same, I'm sort of doing it on one WhatsApp group. So if you'd like to be part of that group and notified, I mean, I'm sure YouTube notifications are sufficient, but I do like to publish the actual link. And just let me know and I'll add you to that group.
Bagnall's fourth delivery is short. Spun around on, drug around the corner. Just be for one.
I thought that she had hit that.
Yeah, I thought she had hit it. Oh, did it? What was it called? Buys.
Wide. So
wide.
2 more runs to the total.
So you think this rate is competitive, but not the number of wickets here? I mean, you'd know better what kind of a good par score is in this league than I would.
Well, again, when Niall and I started playing down here, sort of, if you've scored 120 in a 20-over game, you won over 80% of the time.
Well,
I mean, the famous one was the rest of the world were playing in an ODI, and Gavaskar came down the track to his partner and says, "I don't think we're going to get these runs. We'll play for the draw." He just had no idea that there was no such thing as a draw. He thought that if they didn't bowl, if you weren't bowled out, it was a draw.
in a T20.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he soon learned to the contrary. Bagnall's 5th delivery is ruled a wide.
Well, that's the second wide of this over. At the end of this over, we'll have a change in the commentary box, and James Cresswell will be stepping in for me.
Oh, you're leaving?
Oh yeah, I'll take a short break. You're only here for the first innings.
Yeah, okay.
So you go for it, man.
But everybody's going to miss you.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
They've heard enough of me over the last few years.
Bagnall's next delivery is on target, but it's blocked away by McDonald.
Clouds just drifting across. One of those skies I love describing as a Simpsons sky.
Absolutely, yeah. The flat on the bottom, clouds, and very puffy on the top. It's actually beautiful. Oh, this is my first commenting on a seagull of the season. Grabbed a bit of a worm. Next delivery from Bagnall's driven straight down the ground.
Nice shot, nicely fielded.
Yeah, mid-on is there. Or mid-off, excuse me, is there and cleans it up nicely.
That is the end of 5 overs. I will now take a break and leave you in the capable hands of Charlie, and joining Charlie will be James.
So I lost myself in my own cans, but I don't know if I'm still there. I keep cutting in and out. I don't know if it's a me thing. Yeah, okay, now it's back. So I don't know if it's just what I'm getting or if that's what's going out. But good evening, James.
Good evening, Charlie. Good evening, all.
Good shot of those Simpsons clouds.
Yeah, it is a good shot, isn't it? Yeah, lovely bit of sunshine out there tonight. It's pretty bright.
Back to
considering.
live action here as Beattie sweeps around the corner. There was a fielder there to clean it up. It looks like they'll only get to 1. McDonald looked like she wanted 2 and went about a third of the way down, but Beattie sent her back. So good start to this over from Pembroke. It was a very fast start, James, 16 off the first, and then everything has slowed down since.
I see Zoe Bell got off to a good start, and
Yeah, she got off to a great start, and maybe one of those starts where she was feeling really confident in her swing, and then unfortunately one got past her and took her wicket.
it happens. But you know that's what you need in T20. You've got wickets in the shed. You've only got 120 balls. If you can get off a bit of a foundation, then you know at least gets the well, that's a.
Next delivery's popped up. That one's going to find the grass. So kind of what happened earlier, we talked about how the previous Pembroke batter popped it up softly and found the hands of the fielder. Here, Kim McDonald gets lucky.
Yeah, it was an interesting shot. It was a slower ball, almost aimed to be a Yorker, and she got down to it and played it across the line, but just popped it up. Lucky the field for her, the field is quite deep, so as you say, it just went to ground. But I wonder if Leinster should bring in a fielder a bit closer on the leg side.
I'm going to leave the fielding analysis to you, but it is. I will say though, it has been a hallmark of the coverage this season. Lots of chat about what proper attacking fields should look like. Big appeal there, but it must have caught something of the bat. We'll see what the ruling from the umpire is.
I think it hit the umpire, but she was way down leg. Not even close.
I didn't see a signal though. Yeah, no. He called it runs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
must have got something. Anyway, it wasn't even near.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
Nowhere near
called for.
LDW. Sometimes when, I don't know, who knows.
Yeah. Anyway,
Leach continues with her 4th delivery.
this is a better delivery and it's played well. I think is this Georgia Beattie on strike or was it Kim? No, it's Kim.
Yeah, Beatty's one of the openers. She's 4 off 12. McDonald is in at 4, and she's staring at her 9th delivery. Leach delivers. That's fuller ball. It's floated up. It's pulled away, swept away, and appealed. No, she's not run out.
She's got in. She just got home, and I bet it was a good dive. It was a very close call, I'd say, but she did well. She got back.
Yeah, McDonald had to make the full effort there to get the bat over the line, and to her credit, she did dive for it, but that ball was well stopped. I don't know why she was attempting that run, and it's a great job from the fielder to get it in.
It's one of those classic things where you hit the ball so well, you think there's got to be a run there, and you take off, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, there's not.
Yeah, fielding from Leinster has been pretty good so far, other than some loose bowling in the first over. So that one was out wide. It's pulled around the corner by McDonald. They're running 2. The fielder gets to it before it gets to the boundary, but that'll be an easy double.
Yeah, she got a top edge on that, so it popped up above the keeper, and she picks up 2. If she had a middle, that would have definitely been 4, but she'll take the 2, and so will Pembroke. So at the end of 6, it's 34 for 2 or 34? No, 36 for 2 probably. I'll just wait for the scoreboard to catch up. Let's go for 36.
Yeah, so it actually has been
34.
Really well bowled and fielded by Leinster, other than that one first over, which went for 16. And, you know, I think that was just a case of the bowler needing to find her rhythm and lock in her line and length, Olivia Pachito. And we were hoping that she'd come back to get a chance to kind of get locked in again. But she hasn't been back since. Maybe she will be. But since then, it's been all Leinster. This brings in a new bowler. The new bowler is Jenny Sparrow from the St. John's Road end.
That's another pace bowler.
Yeah, Sparrow's got a good long run up, so we're looking for some pace here from her as she steams in and delivers. Big swing from Beatty and a miss.
Yeah, just outside of her reach there, and it's probably on the cusp of being called a wide, but it was good length and, you know, the line that entices the batter.
Yeah, that would have been close to the blue line.
But Georgia, they're not really using their feet too well, so this one's a bit better.
Go ahead. Sorry.
She plays it away on the offside to the sort of cover region, and it's get through for a single.
So that single will bring McDonald back on strike. McDonald 6 off 11. She's been able to score a few runs since she's come in. It was Izzy McLean who had a very short appearance after the loss of Zoe Bell. That's a big swing of the bat from McDonald, but it's straight to the fielder, so it's just going to be 1.
Lovely
good
shot,
contact
though.
there, yeah. Yeah, a well-struck ball, but unfortunately straight into the right at the feet of a Leinster fielder. So far, that Leinster fielding, that Leinster bowling holding up here since the start of that first over. Here comes Sparrow.
This one's pitched up a bit and just gets underneath the bat of the Kimberly McDonald and goes through to the keeper for a dot. Yeah, no, but she's hitting it well. If she can just find a few more gaps and get a bit of rhythm, she might start to accelerate. There's good protection. It's actually, the field's quite well set at the moment. This one's a bit more of a full toss. Get a good variation.
Yeah, she has varied it a lot. There have been some that have been zipped right in there and some that are more flighted.
Yeah.
Those can be so difficult to deal with, those kind of flighted balls where it's just, you can really get fooled by them.
Well, you almost have too much time to think about it. You know, you think, oh, here it goes, it's going to be an easy shot, then it dives at you and goes to your feet. And yeah, wind is starting to pick up a little bit here.
Sparrow steams in for her last delivery. That's well driven by McDonald. It catches ground right in front of the hands of the Leinster fielder. So again, another hard hit ball just finds the hands of the Leinster fielder. And even Pembroke at this point, when they have been striking the ball well, it's just been going straight to the field.
Oh, after 7 now, it's 37 for 2. Good for Leinster. And, you know, but building a bit of a partnership here.
Yeah.
And be able to put a foundation in place. No, that was a good ball. So it was a full toss. She played it well, straight bat. But like you say, for her, lucky the cover fieldsman was a fraction deep and just dropped at her feet. And
that was a very odd wind gust. It's like somebody turned on an industrial fan and then turned it back off again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Leach to continue.
That's well driven.
That's a good shot.
It's a boundary for McDonald. She stepped into that and leaned on it. Classic cover drive.
I think
that was Beattie.
Beattie.
Classic cover drive, beats the field.
Lovely shot, that one.
Oh, a much-needed boundary, Craig reminds me.
Yeah, it's much needed.
No, we were talking before because there was a boundary early on, and I said the first boundary of the game in a first over is the first one that's not much needed.
Right, this one goes for a similar shot, but she misses it. Just goes past the rough stump there.
Yeah, it was one of those ones, her feet were a bit still there, and it was a bit armsy in terms of the swing, whereas in the previous delivery, she really did step into that drive and got the most of it.
It makes a big difference using your feet. It just brings so much more power, and you've got more chance of actually reaching the ball.
Leach delivers her third. Good delivery. Just tap right back to her.
Yeah, did well to keep that out. It was a very good ball. Leach is bowling very well at the moment, this over. It's going to be a bit... They're a good team, Leinster. They've got a lot of experienced players. This is a good ball too. And she'd be very unlucky that didn't come through. They get through for a leg by.
Oh, the agony from Leach on that one. Her hands went to her head and she screamed. That one was clearly on the stumps.
Yeah, she must have got a bit of bat on that, and it just deflected because it's been signalled as, well, not signalled, so it is off the bat, but she would have felt a bit robbed there, Leach. And we're just having a few technical issues at the moment, and I don't know if you can still hear us, but here we are, we're back. But both these two looks like they're starting to find a bit of rhythm. This is well pitched up, and there's a big appeal for, not sure whether it was stumped or caught behind, or anyway.
The appeal was for something, but either way it was declined.
Yes, it was declined, but it was 5 from the over, so not the worst over from Pembroke. They're starting to accelerate. So
that's probably Pembroke's best over since the first, which went for 16. Once we are able to sort out some of our technical difficulties, maybe we can bring you some charts, maybe the Manhattan, maybe the Worm. Probably that's going to be Craig's forte. He's really good at that stuff.
Yeah, he loves that sort of stuff, and he's very good at that. Like
he does love a chart, doesn't he?
Well, it gives us so much more to talk about, and visuals are always helpful.
You know what Craig's really good at too? He's good at a throwing to his partner. He'll say like, "Oh, the sun's shining. Don't you think so, James?"
Yes, he's done this before. I think this is a well pitched up ball, but it's played lovely. Lovely cover drive there by Beattie. They're going to pick up 2. Split the field nicely, and they comfortably get back for 2. So that's a good start to the over.
Oh, if I were Beattie, I'd be bummed that didn't make the rope. It was a beautiful shot. And with the condition of this field, you would expect a little bit more value from that. But it was well caught up with by the Leinster fielders.
Again, maybe we should just get to free up her feet a bit more. She might get a bit of power behind the shots, a bit more power.
Good start to the over from Pembroke as Sparrow steams in for her second.
That's
Beattie
better.
takes a big hoink, but it's called a wide.
Yeah, that was massively wide and called accordingly. So that's another valuable run to the Pembroke total. I don't know what the extras have been like so far tonight, but
there were a lot in the first over. A lot of no balls and a lot of there was a boundary hit off a no ball, so it kind of went for 5, and so there were a lot in that over. Sparrow's third is pulled away by Beattie just for 1 run.
Not a bad ball though.
No.
If you had to go on sort of middle stump, if you miss it, you're in trouble. But she played it well. Picks up a single. Well, it's very important these two keep rotating the strike as much as possible. Try to get rid of the dot balls out of the air.
Yeah, absolutely. McDonald's no slouch with the bat as she waits for Sparrow's delivery. That's a full toss. Caught a little bit of the bat from McDonald, but didn't get much on it. Dribbles away for no run.
Yeah, she'd be a bit disappointed she didn't put that one away, but she's still there.
I would find Sparrow very hard to face. Just because of the flight she's getting on it, it's like each one's like a little grenade there.
It is.
Where you expect it to zip in, and her length has been quite good. That's another good length delivery. That's popped up in the air by McDonald, but it's going to find grass. Be just one run. I think a bit of a let-off there for Pembroke. You know, there have been a couple of pop-ups. One was caught, and there have been 2 other ones that have now found grass.
Yeah, a bit of luck there for Pembroke. They do have a catcher on both sides, but I think the catchers are too deep. There is a mid-wicket and a cover fielder. This one's going to be way down the leg side. It almost goes off the pitch itself. It's called wide.
Yeah, called wide. Sparrow's going to take a minute, talk to herself as she gesticulates with her hands to try to get herself back locked in.
Yeah, sometimes when you're just trying something different or you're trying to get a different variation, it just loses a little bit of control. This one, she's got away with it. It went down the leg side. The batter was disappointed she didn't get anything on it. The batter goes through to the keeper for a dot. So a good little contest out there at the moment between the batters and the bowler.
Yeah, Beattie has accelerated with her last couple of boundaries, 14 off 24. That's driven away to the offside. Cover fielders there for no run.
But they still pick up 6 for the over. So at the end of the over, 48 for 2 off 9.
What is a good first innings? What's a good par score for second division women's cricket Leinster? Would they be happy with 100? Would they want more? I mean, they always want more. But what do you think? 100. Okay, 130.
Just to have a little bit extra.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can win. Once you get into triple figures, it does give you a little bit of a psychological advantage. But, you know, they're both very good sides here, and you just need 1 or 2 batters to get away, as we've seen in the past, and you can chase down 100 runs reasonably quickly. But having 130 plus, it just allows, if there is a bit of a batting collapse, all of a sudden it goes from having sort of 1 for 60, all of a sudden you've got 3 for 70, all of a sudden that looks like a bigger mountain to climb, and that gives you a bit more room to, or time to actually get the wickets.
9 overs gone here at Sydney Parade. Pembroke 48 for 2. Bowling change here for Leinster. Lauren Torpy. Torpy steams in for her first. That one's called wide. Offered out by McDonald.
Yeah, that was a bit too wide there. She hasn't got a radar right yet, just a loosener.
It's funny how when you're batting, even though there's a delivery that's going to be wide, you still think you can get it, don't you?
Well, that's part of the trick when you learn with batting. Like one of the things I work on.
After the next over.
It's one of the things I work on in nets, for instance, is actually the ones that you leave.
Oh, you think those ones you have to leave? See, I always
yeah,
try for them.
Because it's like an extra ball. We already got another run. That's fantastic. You get an extra ball, and then you can put the one. Oh, that's a good bit of fielding. That's cracked away out there to the covers, and the cover fielder moves to her right and throws her body on the line and saves basically 3 runs.
More good fielding from Leinster. See, that kind of shot is what I always feel like I'm going to do with one of those ones that's always called a wide. I feel like I'm just going to snap it like that. I don't always get there. Here comes Torpy's third delivery.
Oh,
Beattie offers at it, but to no avail.
Well, the 50's up for Pembroke now. So that's a first milestone. But Torpy, she's got some speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit of pace from Torpy. She's got a very kind of nifty, focused run up. Yeah.
Interesting action. Sort of. Just watch it again. It looks a little bit side on him.
Mm-hmm.
The way the ball, her arm comes. You see her arm flicks around. Anyway, it's worked.
Yeah,
great.
it is kind of a lower arm angle, Malinga adjacent, but not quite. Yeah.
Yeah, in that sort of vein.
Yeah, it's not quite 9 o'clock on the clock. I'd say it's like 11:15 or 11, but definitely not 12.
Definitely not 12.
Yeah, she's not coming up from the top. Yeah, absolutely. So far, so good.
Well, they worked at the last ball around the corner there and pick up a single on the leg side.
Torpy's fifth goes down the leg side, but it's not called a wide at this level, I imagine, right? Yeah.
No, I think it has to be reasonably wide outside the blue line. They're generally pretty forgiving.
Yeah, different levels in different leagues have different wide rules.
But I think if she can just get the radar a little bit more on track, well, that's a good ball. And go straight through to the keeper. That's the best ball of the over, I'd say. So after 10, halfway there, it's 51 for 2.
So will we take drinks on a balmy evening?
Well, they won't have drinks. It's only a T20. They'll have a 5 or 10 minute.
There's no drinks.
Turnaround.
Drinks is the Angelus of cricket.
It is.
It's the time to lay your shovel down and look reflectively while hearing a bell ring in the distance.
Something like that.
Look at a seagull kind of casually land. Very good active seagull here today. We need to get a good shot of that one later.
That's Sammy.
Very, very, strutty stuff, Seagull. That brings back Sparrow. Her first delivery is offered at with no contact for no run. Yeah, the dots kind of piling up for Pembroke here a little bit. Some opportunities going a begging. And, other than that first over, Leinster have bowled and fielded quite well today. Better delivery, good length. It was on target, but they're going to take one run. They're scampering through. Direct hit, but the batter's home in time.
She had a bat down, and she didn't exactly... She sort of cantered through that one. She didn't exactly really put her foot down, but see, there was no calling really. She got onto it there.
Oh, I better run.
Ooh,
that was very close.
I don't think you can get much closer than that. But this one again, it just pops up onto the offside. It gets a bit of a leading edge there, but the fielder's not close enough to pick it up. And she's causing problems for Pembroke is Jenny Sparrow. She's doing a good job here. This is a good ball. But it's played really well out there on the... It's pulled away to square leg, and there is someone in the boundary down there to mop up. They just pick up a single. But I think McDonald here is doing an excellent job as well. It's been a bit hard. She's... both these two now are struggling to get the ball away. Their strike rates are quite low, but they need to probably find a way to accelerate now that they're through the halfway mark. And this one gets through the keeper, deceived everyone, and they pick up a bye.
Yeah, that's the kind of delivery that would wreck my head. Something like that on a good length, I wouldn't even know how to play it.
Well, the trick is the only thing you can do is try and watch it all the way, because
just
otherwise, if you lift your head and look at where you think you're going to hit it.
But as the immortal cricket poet Tom Petty once sang, you take it on faith, you take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part.
And she's run out now. She took off. There wasn't a run there. She was sent back, but it was a great bit of fielding and a direct hit, and that sends Georgia Beattie back to the shed. She's 15 off 30.
Another example of great fielding from Leinster today. The direct hit run out gets Beattie. We'll take another look here at the top of this replay.
That's just towed, but there was no real communication there. She just unfortunately took off too far, and it was a direct hit. It was a great bit of fielding there in the mid-on position.
Yeah, very well fielded and well thrown, and I do love when the bowler covering the wicket kind of does a really big armed olay to get out of the way and let the ball do the work. And that was a really good example there. So Leinster
don't interfere with it, just let it go through.
Yeah, Leinster should be delighted with their fielding today. Like we said, other than the first, it's been a really solid first innings for them.
No, done well. Another breakthrough at a crucial time, just as a partnership was forming. So
McDonald remains. We'll see who comes out to join her. It'll be Mary Nicol.
Yeah.
Nicol in the navy blue helmet strides in.
Now, she's a great player. She's been very handy for Pembroke over the years. She can hit the ball and make it stay hit. So if she can just get her eye in, this could make things quite interesting.
Yeah, these next 4 overs or so before the 15th, Pembroke going to want to accelerate so they don't have as much pressure towards the end of their innings.
Good ball there. Again, Torpy's shown her pace.
Yeah, Torpy's been very solid so far. Just 2 runs conceded in her first over. Nicol taps her bat, stares down the diminutive Torpy, who delivers. That's driven by Nicol right through the covers, and will run away for a much-needed boundary.
Top shot that, actually. Just beautiful cover drive. Just got onto that nicely. Hit it with great sort of strength. And
well, she did what Tom Petty sang about. You got to wait.
You've got to wait. She put that away, and Pembroke could be hoping she could put a few more of those away in this over and the next couple of overs to come.
Nicol awaits the third delivery. That one is down leg side. She tries to pull it away. She wants a run, but she's sent back by her partner, who tries to get for the direct hit, but misses, and 2 fielders dive and collect it before it can cause any more damage. The fielder who got the direct hit for the last wicket, McCormick, number 30, is right here in front of us. She's done a wonderful job.
Yeah, she's been great. I mean, they've all been pretty good, actually, haven't they? That's a good shot, but it's straight out to mid-off, and there's no run. That's okay. She's got time. Just get a feel for the ball. She's already scored 4 runs for the over so far.
Yeah, Nickel seems to want the ball in that area. She likes that drive where she looks like she can extend her arms a little bit.
And they're pushing someone back into deep extra cover to the boundary to make sure that they can cut off any particular...
I think that's a smart move given what they've seen so far. Nickel cuts that one away, but doesn't get through the ring. Not enough quite on it. She had the right shot in the right location, but didn't get quite enough willow on it. It's not able to pierce the field for no run.
Yeah.
So, yeah, despite the boundary, another solid over so far from Torpy. 4 dots and 1 boundary.
You wouldn't be too upset by this.
Not at all. Again, another one driven, but well held in by the covers.
Yeah, pretty much just straight, almost identical shot from the previous one. So that's the end of the over. It's now 58 for 3.
So Torpy came into came into this over with an economy of 2. She walks out with an economy of 3. I would take that if I were her.
I think she's done an outstanding job.
Yeah, so far the pick of the bowlers for Leinster.
And they seem to be in good field positions. They are bowling to their field, and the fielders are backing up the bowlers in a really good way. Not much is getting through. They are on top of it. They're putting a bit of pressure on the batters if they go for a run by trying to throw down the stumps. It's been good.
So that'll bring up what looks to be another a bowling change. Ava McCormick, the hero of the 10th over, who got Georgia Beattie on that direct hit run out. Looks like she'll join the bowling attack here as she marks out her run up. We'll see what she has to offer. She steps in against Kimley McDonald.
Oh, this one just slips out of her hand. It's going to be called a no ball.
Yeah.
That's just her loosener.
Oh, that's happened to me so many times. Bit of adrenaline going up. The game is very much in Leinster's control. Wanted to do a good job. Just remind yourself that you know how to do this and try again.
That's a better ball, but it's still a full toss, and it's Kimley McDonald's favourite shot, which is just pulled that away to the leg side, deep square. There's a person waiting for her there, so she just picks up a 1, but she's got Nickel on strike. This is good, just to rotate. So nothing wrong with that.
Nickel's on strike now. Let's see how she likes the tall stuff from McDonald. That's a better delivery. Big swing at it from Nickel, who doesn't make any contact. That's 3 for no run. Beautiful summer evening here at Pembroke. It's very bright and warm.
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I can't believe it's 7:15 in the evening. Looks lovely. So bright.
Nickel's third.
Oh, she played all around that one, and it stayed low, and you miss, I hit, and she's been bowled for 4.
Nickel departs from a solid delivery from McDonald, right? Did I get the name right? No, McCormick, excuse me. I knew it was mixed something. McCormick has a direct hit run out to her name and now has a wicket bowled Mary Nickel, who departs 4 runs off 7.
Well, that's a bonus there for Leinster. Nickel can be quite dangerous when she gets going. This one here just stayed a bit low. She played over it, thinking that she was going to get that to the boundary, and it just crashed into leg stump there.
It died like a curveball. Like it got nothing off that bounce. However it hit, whatever part of the ball it hit on, or whatever's going on with that part of the mat, Nickel clearly expected it to come up to at least kind of thigh high, and instead it went past her ankles and caught the bottom of the middle stump.
What was funny, wasn't it? It was probably because it was just lacking in pace, maybe, and it was floated up a bit. It didn't really, and it was.
Call it what you will.
It was pitched actually quite short, so it actually died by the time the second, the the bounce came through.
Call
and
it a
deceived.
thermodynamic miracle. Something in the physics of that delivery just didn't go the way Nicol expected.
This brings Kim's sister Anna on strike. The two McDonalds out there at the moment, and she has a big swing at that, gets an edge, and it flies past the keeper and the gully fieldsman, but she's able to get through for a single and get her sister on strike. So she's done well already. That's her job.
One way to get off the mark.
Well, they all look the same in the book. So, but that's her job at the moment, is to get the set batter on strike.
Yeah, the partnership of...
Oh, that is a wide down leg stump. They're coming through for 2. So it's going to be 2 wides. It's 2 valuable runs for Pembroke at this stage.
As the
they
two
actually called a no ball in the end.
The two sisters, Kimlee and Annalie McDonald.
Annalyn.
Anna?
Annalyn.
Annalyn McDonald, thank you.
These two put in a great partnership in one of the games last season. This one way down leg again. And she actually just did the right thing there. Just let it go through. Picked up the extra. And now there's another ball to be bowled.
So McCormick, with a wicket and a number of extras to her name in this over, has had some that have been spot on and some that have not been. That's a better delivery, but it's smacked by Annalyn McDonald over the inside ring. Fielders chasing it. Looks like they'll only get 1. Good contact from Annalyn McDonald.
Just made the distance, didn't it? It's a bit of a risky shot, but hey, it's effective. And look,
I don't know. Sometimes if you hit it hard enough,
you
have a little faith.
Back yourself sometimes.
You know, it's going to work out.
Absolutely. Oh, this one is another no ball. These are very valuable runs for Pembroke. All of a sudden, there's been 5 extras from this over, and 8 in total. This one here, I think she got something on that.
Yeah, a little bit of bat to pull that around the corner. I'm waiting to see if there's a call of a no ball, and indeed there is. No, sorry, that's leg by.
That's leg
buys.
So I've got through. So that'll be the end of the over. Good over there for Pembroke in one regard, but they also lost the wicket, so it's a good over for Leinster as well. After 13, it is 67 for 4. So 9 from that.
It's reflecting, the light is reflecting off that, the top of that plastic thing. If you move that, it'll solve it. Another thermodynamic miracle.
So it's just another bowling change. McCormick comes in.
No, McCormick bowled the last one.
Oh, did she?
I think this might be
No, it was
Torpy again.
Oh, this is Torpy, yeah. You're right.
Lauren Torpy into her 3rd over. Picks up yet another dot. She's got a lot of dots to her name. Her 2nd delivery of the over.
She's bowling really well. Yeah, she was just, you knew that
Not
was
a dot, but a W, which is even better. She has bowled Kimlee McDonald, the senior partner, between this partnership of two sisters, with a fantastic delivery that just clips the top between middle and off.
Yeah, no, it was a great in-swinging ball that came straight into the middle stump. Started, and it's very difficult to keep those out.
Yeah, Torpy continues her torrid bowling performance here with that kind of 10:30 to 11 o'clock bowling action. You see it kind of come straight through and clip the bails. A lovely delivery that just ate up Kimlee McDonald.
Yeah, she's going to be very difficult for the tail. All of a sudden, 5 wickets down. Her figures are looking pretty good. She's going to have, she's 6 for 1 off 2.1.
At this point, if you're giving advice to a batter coming in, and it looks like that might be Becca Gallagher, the advice I think you want is you want to just see off Torpy. She's got 11 deliveries left out of however many deliveries are remaining, 60 some odd, or 36 some odd. You just got to She's running like a buzzsaw right here. You got to
Yeah.
slow her down.
You've got to firstly play straight, get that ball out. But the field is, and you've got to call for the runs. If you're going to call loudly. So, but she is bowling the pace. So if you do get something on it, this could be, like that. See, it'll fly away. Now it went to straight. That one there went around the corner straight to a fielder. But if you can get even an edge, you'll get a one.
Yeah, Gallagher saw that one coming towards her leg and got some bat on it, but it went straight to the fielder.
But she's swinging the ball into the batter here, so they're hard sometimes to play a shot to, because if you miss, obviously, there you go. Oh, yep, beautiful Yorker. She just pitched that one up. In swinging Yorker, when you firstly, you only been out there for a ball or two, is a horrible ball to get. For me, it's the worst ball to get because it just trips you all up. You think you're playing down the right line, and all of a sudden, oh no, it's gone inside and I'm skittled.
Torpy takes another Pembroke wicket, another blistering delivery, clipping the bails of yet another Pembroke batter, Becca Gallagher, unfortunately, who departs for none. Yeah, wow, the bowling of Torpy has been fantastic.
Isn't it? It's
and,
been brilliant.
she's been building and building and building, very low economy rate. She gave up 3 off her first 2 overs. And now she hasn't given up any more, and she's taken 2 wickets. If you look at that bowling line, dot wicket. I mean, that's a dream for any bowler.
Oh, and, for
and a nightmare for whatever batter's coming in next.
I mean, absolutely, that's put a huge advantage onto the Leinster cause. They would be feeling very much on top at the moment.
And whatever momentum Pembroke was trying to build back up, such as it was, has kind of run into a brick wall here.
Well, you've got 2 new batters at the moment, and they're basically batter number 7 and number 8.
Yeah.
So there's no top order or established middle order batter out there anymore.
And that'll bring up Jess Duffy-Mullen. He's the new batter.
Now, these batters are capable. There's no problem about that. But it's just getting that right. Oh, that's a great way to start. Now she's...
A lovely, lovely pull around the corner by Duffy-Mullen. Saw it coming in on her legs, and it's called a boundary by our man in blue. Great start. So not at the stumps, going down, drifting down leg side, and Duffy-Mullen puts it away.
Yeah, she was quick enough to spring onto that and just get that around the corner fine enough to beat the fielder that was there, and it goes to the boundary. They couldn't run it down. Great shot.
It was
Very
really
good shot.
lovely. Fast hands. She got him around in time and was able to get more than enough wood on that one to get it away. Next delivery from Torpy is well blocked, right back to her by Duffy-Mullen. And she evades the buzzsaw that is Torpy, at least for now. At the end of 14, Pembroke are 71 for 6 after Lauren Torpy walks out of the 14th with 2 wickets.
Yeah, 2 wickets for the cost of 4 runs. Well, I'd take that any day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's an easy trade.
So all of a sudden her figures are 10 for 2 off 3. That's outstanding bowling.
So now Pembroke in a T20 are in the worst possible position. They are in desperate need of runs without the wickets to kind of be the rocket fuel for that chase.
Well, we need these two to just keep doing what they do for the next 3 or 4 overs and stay in. That way you've got a couple of wickets in the shed, so if you start throwing the bat, you've still got a few that can come in there and maybe score some runs. But yes, it's made it incredibly difficult. But again, as I say, these two, they've batted well in the past. They're capable. Anything can happen. It's a strange game, cricket. I think the field is probably set a bit too deep. I'd like to see everyone just in a fraction more. Even if
You like an attacking
Well, I
field.
do, because the way Annaling's been hitting it, she pops it up. Now, okay, one of them going to go over your head maybe, and it might go through to the boundary.
But you want to force her to hit it over you.
I want to, yeah.
Bagnall's first delivery is offered at by McDonald, who misses, but the ball runs through. It'll be a bye, but that'll bring Duffy-Mullen back on.
Yeah, it's she went for the big hoik, that one, and she didn't even look at the ball, I don't think. If you look at her head, she just closed her eyes and swung.
Sometimes your head comes out of the shot. That happens to all of us.
I know, absolutely. No, it's nothing, she's just trying to make the
Here
pace
comes
increase.
Bagnall delivers to Duffy-Mullen, who drives it away to mid-off for no run.
Good shot. She looks like a cricketer, actually, a real cricketer. She's got a lovely straight bat there when she played that shot. It was a real stock shot.
Yeah, I think this will be a good contest. You know, Duffy Mullen, you know, a youth player on her way up, probably batting down because of her age. Let's see if her ability can play up to this level in a surprising way. Another good on drive from Duffy Mullen, but it's straight into the hands of the fielder for no run.
Yeah, she just edged that one really. She didn't middle it, but she's
looking
showing
strong.
intent.
She's looking solid, and she's showing the intent.
The one thing she will learn is that she still has a lot of time. She's probably out there thinking, I've got to move this on. We've got to score more runs.
Oh, that's what I'd be out there thinking.
Of course, absolutely. But you can sit there and think, well, I can't do it if I'm out the shed. And just wait for those balls to come through, like the extras.
Good eye. That's what my Little League baseball coach would say, good eye.
That's exactly right. And I think that's where she's really shown her stuff, is the fact that she's playing good shots, but she's picking the right ball. She knows which ones to leave. And she never really looks panicked.
Yeah. Very interesting contest here between Bagnall and Duffy Mullen. Bagnall's fifth delivery of the 14th over. Big swing and a miss from Duffy Mullen.
That's a good ball. That's one of the balls that it's easy to deceive a batsman. It's just on that length where you're not sure whether to go forward or back, and generally you have the big hoik and a bat, and it just goes over your bat. So great length there from the bowler.
Bagnall's last delivery, she waves it off. It will go again.
Yeah, she just lost the rhythm there.
Good chatter out in the field from Leinster, supporting the bowler. And here she comes for her final delivery. Good delivery, blocked out by Duffy Mullen, but that was a good length.
Yeah.
It looked like it had a radar lock on that off stump.
It did. It went and it cut in onto the batsman, so it's always a bit difficult there. But she did well to keep that out. Like you say, just defended it.
Oh, one more delivery here because of that wide earlier for Orla Bagnall, who's bowled well. Duffy Mullen digs in and waits.
This one's too short and it's clubbed away on him. But it didn't go where she wanted it to go. Just went to the offside and fielded nicely. So great over there for Leinster. Just 2 from it. They now move up to 73 for 6 of 15. And will Pembroke make it to triple figures? That's going to be the question.
I think that's going to be the big psychological question here. Right, 5 overs remain.
We've got 30.
5 runs and over, 5 points something.
Yeah,
5 and change.
And they're going to get possibly get a couple of extras as well.
Yeah.
But can they stick it out, get a bit of luck, back yourself a bit, maybe even get a bit of an edge? There's big gaps.
So watch out here. Here comes Torpy's final over, that 10:30 delivery. See? Another big swing from McDonald. Head comes out with the big effort.
Yeah. She's just not reading it yet. She's deceived by the pace in that one. She wants to be careful now because what Torpy should be doing is basically just saying, okay, great, I'm just going to bowl on the stumps now.
Oh, I think that's her intent.
Yeah. Oh, that one, how did that one get through? Yeah.
Yep, another ball on kind of 4th or 5th stump.
Yeah.
Offered at by McDonald, not able to make contact, but Torpy's making her way back towards those stumps. That's what the precognition in you is. I can feel it coming off you. You're waiting for a wicket.
Wow. She got that out to mid-off. Well struck, but just straight to the fielder. But she kept that one out. Now she needs to look out for the one that's going to swing in onto middle stump. And if she plays that across the line ball, she'll be in trouble if she doesn't connect. 3
deliveries, 3 dots for Torpy. Here comes the 4th.
This is the ball. Oh, she does well. She gets it away. There's probably a run there, but they decided against it. Good fielding, though, in the end.
So that was going to take the stumps.
Yeah, that was. If she missed that one, that was game over for her. But fair play to Anna. She kept it out. She's still out there in the middle.
Yeah, and it's such a great performance from Lauren Torpy here with that unusual kind of 10:30, 11 o'clock action. That one's catches a top edge. It's going to run away down to behind the keeper just for 1 run. So Annalyn McDonald faces Torpy and lives to tell the tale.
That's the one, as a bowler, you think, oh, I can't believe that you actually got something on that. That was the one that was going to skittle you.
So that'll bring up Duffy Mullen to face Torpy's last delivery. So this is the young woman you want to see off. You don't want to see any more deliveries from her.
No. And she does well.
Her last is defended well by Duffy Mullen, and that'll end Torpy's day. But what a bowling line for her. 4 overs, 2 wickets, and just 11 runs off it. So a great day out for Lauren Torpy.
Oh, she's been sensational for Leinster.
The pick of the bowling for Leinster by far. But at least these 2 lower order Pembroke batters have been able to hang in and see her off and see what they can do against the remaining bowlers for Leinster.
Oh, that's right. There's still 24 balls out there to be bowled. Legal deliveries. So, if it's 74 for 6 now off 16. It's just a matter of now you've still got a few wickets in the share, but you're probably a lot's got to fall on your shoulders if you're these two. Can you squeeze out another 20 to 30 runs? Oh, and that's not a bad effort. She just good calling there. Duffy Mullen's really quick. She gets through like lightning, but interesting shot, but she got away with it, and she kept the ball low on the ground, and she gets through for a single. Good batting there, Anna.
So this is Bagnall's 4th and final over. She delivers. That's driven right back to her by Duffy Mullen. That goes past the bowler. That's going to keep running away. It has a fighting chance of getting the rope, and it gets there. Beautiful straight drive from Duffy Mullen. Got the ball she wanted from Bagnall, and a much-needed boundary for Pembroke. Thumbs up from Craig for much-needed modifying boundary.
What a fantastic shot. That was just great timing. I mean, it just shows the class that she has. She's going to, the more that she grows as a person, in I guess, size and strength, and she's just going to go up and up. Look at that.
Another great shot. That one's short. Duffy Mullen puts it over the head of the field. The fielders are chasing. They're going to run back for 2 to bring Duffy Mullen back on strike. But now this is what I was saying before. This is a player who is batting down the order because of her relative age and youth. But you can see she's got some of those skills to be able to compete at this level. And so far, she's got the best strike rate from anybody off Pembroke. She's 10 off 10, and she's the danger batter out there.
Well, I think Pembroke camp need to maybe reassess and say, well, she needs to be in the top 5.
Well, she's the one. If Pembroke are going to get to that triple-digit total and maybe get within striking distance of that 120 or 130 you talked about, it'll be Duffy Mullen who does it. So it's a very interesting moment to see whether she can do it. Big swing of the bat. That gets past the bowler, but they choose not to take the run. She's seeing the ball. She's making good contact. Everything's sounding good off the bat.
Oh, absolutely. I think she's playing the ball on its merits, and she's playing really well. I mean, there was no run there, and it's quite wise that she didn't try to do anything silly. But all of a sudden, the score was over 80. It's 81 now. Just starts creeping up, and before you know it, you could be into triple figures.
Yeah, best over in a while for Pembroke. 7 off it so far. Bagnall's 5th delivery is driven by Duffy Mullen, but right into the open hand of the fielder, who tries to take the direct hit but isn't able to get there. Well backed up by Leinster, and McDonald scrambles back. If you were Duffy Mullen, you'd be very frustrated there. You'd want more value for that.
Well, that was a lovely shot for nothing, wasn't it?
It was a great shot, and it was a one-handed grab by the fielder. The fielding from Leinster has been excellent today.
Yeah, they have been. They've been outstanding. Really impressed. They're a good team.
Bagnall's 6th delivery is driven to the onside. It goes through the legs of McDonald at the non-striker's end, and it'll just be for 1. So a good over for Pembroke, 8 runs off it.
I like the way it was a good call there by Duffy Mullen as well. Once she realised it was past the ring, she quickly called through, and she was off.
So the game within the game.
Yep.
The 2 best bowlers for Leinster are now gone. Torpy has bowled her 4. Bagnall has bowled her 4. And now Duffy Mullen, the most dangerous-looking Pembroke batter since Zoe Bell in the first over, is back on strike with a strike rate of 100. So this is starting to get a little bit more finely poised here as Pembroke is showing some fight back, and we'll see what Leinster can pull out of their bowling attack to kind of fight back. This will bring back
Jenny Sparrow
for her final over.
And more importantly for Pembroke is Duffy Mullins on strike.
Yeah, Duffy Mullins on strike, and she's driving on the offside towards that short boundary. So if she can get a hold of a hard hit ball, get it through that cover fielder, that's gone for 4.
But if you get it past between point and the keeper, there's no one down here behind it. So if she even gets an edge, there's runs.
First ball is blocked to the onside by Duffy Mullen.
It was a good ball. It was pitched up right in the block hole. Well watched there.
Duffy Mullen digs in and waits. Sparrow runs in, deals, short ball, blocked away to the offside by Duffy Mullen.
That's really good batting. I mean, there's nothing you can do about those balls. You've just got to keep those out.
Yeah, that's the class, is being patient and to know those danger balls to block. I'd love to learn that. Here comes the third delivery from Sparrow. That's fuller and more flighted, driven to the onside by Duffy Mullen, who calls her partner through. McDonald scrambles through. She's home. And so is Duffy Mullen at the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a good run there. She didn't overhit it, and it was able to, when it went down to mid-on, mid-on was deep enough where she could get through for a single. So Anna Lings does well there. Keeps the ball out, hits it in the same area as the previous ball, but
yeah, it was kind of a half drive, half block, really.
Yeah, really, was just to keep the ball out.
Yeah.
Yep. And
that's a shot I know well. As Sparrow steams in for her 5th. Big cut from McDonald, who makes good contacts, but it's right to mid-off. Excuse me, mid-on.
I like this sort of like it's a wideish mid-off. You got mid-on, sort of a wideish mid-on sort of mid-wicket. Who's fielding really well, cutting off those singles. This one's a slower ball.
And it's popped in the air. It's over the head of the bowler. Unfortunately, for all the fielders and how tight this field was, it's remarkable that that pop-up found grass.
And that's a brilliant over there for Leinster. Just the one from it. Pembroke now 83 for 6 off 18. Only 2 to go, 2 overs to go.
2 to go.
But a bit of luck there. Bit of unlucky for Sparrow. She might have had a caught and bowled there, but it was just outside of her fingertips. And anyway,
I think
McDonald,
if you're the Leinster captain, your fear now is going to be extras, because you know you had good performances from those 3 bowlers. Wait, is this Torpy again? Was there a bit of confusion? Maybe she wasn't bowled
maybe
out.
one of them can bowl 5. I don't know. 4 5s, yeah. 4 5s again, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's not. Okay, got it. Different
yeah, slightly
bowling
different
rules
for, yeah.
in this league. Okay, well then I've been totally wrong. So that means we're going to see Torpy again.
Yeah,
and that
maybe
means we're going to see Sparrow again.
Yep. Sparrow's just bowled 4.
And by we, I mean everyone watching, not Pembroke. This is the first time we're seeing Torpy from the St. John's Road end, so we have kind of a different perspective on her 10:45, 11:15. I know I keep changing the time. The whole point is her arm is kind of, it's in kind of more of a baseball pitcher slot than that real kind of 12 o'clock high form, but she's able to get some good zip on the ball and really good accuracy.
That one went for the big cut, but it just went past the edge of the bat into the keeper's gloves. No run. It's been a good start for Leinster.
2 balls, 2 dots for Torpy.
Dots are so valuable at this stage of an innings.
Here comes her 3rd.
Just a bit too quick there for Duffy Mullen. Just bowling that niggly length outside of off. About a 5th stump sort of line. Making it difficult for the batter to get some connection. The field is right in at the moment on the offside. They're there to cut off a single. Hopefully they'll get a catch from there. This one down leg, but it just crashes into the pad. Half-hearted appeal from some of the guys and out there, but that's turned down.
So what glimmer of hope there was in this Pembroke batting attack here in the previous couple of overs is being extinguished now by Torpy. 4 deliveries, 4 dots. Here comes her 5th. Duffy Mullen gets bat on it, drives it straight to mid-off. but for no run.
Well, you can just say this is what good bowling can do for you, can't
Yeah.
it? You can just basically
Just
keep
shut you
everything
down.
in check, shut you down completely.
And lock you right up. I mean, look at that. Dot, 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 dot. Torpy looking to add to her collection here. Great day for her. Here comes her final delivery. That's driven by Duffy Mullen. That's doesn't make it out the ring. They try for the run. The throw comes in, and McDonald's home safe.
Well, Torpy there finishes over 12 for 2 off 5. That is outstanding. And Pembroke at 84 for 6 with 1 over to go.
Yeah.
Duffy Mullen's moved to 13 off 22. It's been tough going out there. Annalene McDonald is 4 off 12.
Here's the scarier thing, James. You take out that first over, and the score is 68 for 6.
Yeah.
You know, there were 16 runs in that first over. That was powered by a lot of extras. So really, this the current batting line is kind of flattering Pembroke a little bit. Such has been the effectiveness of this Leinster bowling and fielding attack. First delivery from Sparrows, driven past her by Duffy Mullen on the onside for 1 run.
Now, yeah, Leinster won't mind that. They'd rather be bowling, I think, to Annalene McDonald at the moment than Duffy Mullen.
Yeah, Duffy Mullen's definitely looked more the threat.
Now, this will come with experience, but you almost want to run on just about anything at the moment. Yep, there you go.
And indeed they do. A big swing and a miss, but they take the run on the bye, and that'll bring Duffy Mullen back up to face 4 deliveries, who wants to squeeze as much value out of these 4 deliveries as she can.
Good call. Decisive and quick.
Yeah, so after a blistering start, Duffy Mullen has slowed down. Let's see if she can get some runs here in the final over. That's driven right back to the bowler. It hits her hands, pops up, hits her in the chin, but she stops it, most importantly, for no run.
Well, that's it. Put your body on the line sometimes.
Oh, all the time. If your uniform's not dirty, you haven't been trying hard enough.
Yeah, but I think Duffy Mullen's got a good case to maybe go up a few notches in the batting lineup.
Good shot from her, driven straight back past the bowler. She scampers through for 1 easily. But these ones, they're not going to... It's going to be hard for them to be enough.
Well, you can argue the point too is that bowling's been exceptional and it's been very difficult. And it's not from a lack of trying. That's good. Just caught. Oh, yeah. But and it's run out. But they had to go for it. There's wickets in the shed. You've got to run on anything. Try your luck. And more importantly, it gets Duffy Mullen on strike.
The new batter doesn't face? Not in the case of a run out?
I don't know. I don't think so. We'll soon find out.
Yeah. Our friends in blue will know the rules.
There you go. This one is. Now, it was called, but Annalene didn't hear the call or was just too late, and she was flat-footed. And I don't think, no matter what, even she took off, I thought she was going to be in trouble, wasn't it?
No.
You just need a misfield. That's all you're hoping for there.
But in that situation, she did the right thing.
Of course she did. She ran. She sacrificed herself. Martin will come out now.
Ivana Martin is the new Pembroke batter. Duffy Mullen takes a big swing, and it'll just go for a dot, and that'll be the end of the first innings.
So at the end of the play, Pembroke at 87 for 7. Time will tell whether that's going to be defendable or not, but they would have loved to have a few more on the board. It would have been nice to get in triple figures from a Pembroke point of view because it is a big psychological advantage.
Well, whatever happens next, we know it's going to take a great bowling and fielding effort.
Yes.
You know, in baseball, we call this a pitcher's duel, right? So when we come back out, we'll be able to tell very soon whether Pembroke's bowling and defensive capabilities are going to be able to restrict this total and defend.
Well, on that note, folks, we'll give you a 5 or 10 minute break. Why these teams go in and just change and have a bit of a drink and get themselves changed over and in the mindset for the chase. And if you can join us in 5 or 10 minutes, we'll kick off with the Leinster Run Chase. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon. check went here. Did that in the guts. Yeah. Well, welcome back everyone to the second half, to the chase that we're looking for now between Pembroke women's seconds and Leinster women's seconds in this Division 2 fixture.
Sponsored by Sports Hub.
Sponsored by Sports Hub. There you go. And Schweppes.
That's my contribution.
And it's a glorious day out there at the moment. It's a fantastic set of conditions out here for this chase. A bit of wind, but a lovely sunny day. And, I don't know if we've got enough on the board here, but
88 is the target. Now, we've seen the seconds defend 107.
Yeah.
And just took that one down to the last ball. What a thriller that was. That video is available on Pembroke Cricket Live on YouTube. But here we are, and we will be opening now with Kimberly McDonald from the St John's end as Pembroke go in search. Oh, the umpire says not yet. In search of quick wickets, James, or bunches of wickets?
Well, either way, they need to get a lot of them. So, that's going to be the only way that Pembroke are going to win this match. They have to take 10 wickets, and they have to take them forced. Kimberly can start, and it's well played out there to the cover region, but Zoe Bell's there and swoops on it like an absolute demon, and that's a dot ball to start with. They need to field out of their skins and
Well, they
bowl out
certainly
of their
do.
skins.
They have very little in the way of runs, 88, so run rate just above 4. And again, we say it time and time again, extras. We have to stay on top of extras to keep the score down.
Wow, you look at some of the bowlers that Leinster produced, and they didn't concede any extras, or
very few.
one or two, and they walked out with figures of 12, 13 off their 5 and this sort of stuff with wickets. And that's what Pembroke need to do today. You need to continue.
It's in the air on the offside.
She's looking good, this batter, Jenny Sparrow. She bowled well, but now she's looking like she's a batter.
She is indeed, and commentator. She did a game with us last year. Herself and Cheeky did a game together.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
Women's
that's great.
thirds
I was
game.
watching that one. Yeah, fantastic stuff.
And hasn't expressed a desire to come back again since.
Well, you're always welcome, Jenny. Oh, that's a good ball.
And she's got up.
That's the ball, and it just bamboozled Sparrow there. Great ball there by Kimberly McDonald. Fantastic stuff. Just was a good length there. Made the batter stretch forward, got through the gate, and crashed into the stumps. And that's a perfect start for Pembroke. 1 wicket down without anything on the board. And unfortunately, we've had a few technical issues, and we haven't been able to capture that one. So you just have to rewind it, Kimberly. But that was a lovely start. So
that's what Pembroke were looking for. Early wickets, and the first one falls. Well, Jenny Sparrow, you've built her up.
I did. I thought she was looking very good there. She had a good straight bat, and she was playing through the line. And so sorry, Jenny. The commentator's curse.
The James Cresswell curse. It's been successful on more than one occasion this year. Zoe Bell just having a quick word with the umpires.
Zoe Bell, captain tonight? Skipper tonight?
Oh, where's the replay? Now back to real life. We have the replay on our preview scheme, but real life is what our viewers are seeing. And with 4 balls gone, well, Leinster have lost a wicket. Interesting start. It's amazing, actually, no matter how many games of cricket we watch down here, and across all the levels, it's amazing how evenly our teams and our opponents are matched so many times that you get nice, good, close games. And I suppose that's sort of justifies the league structures that Leinster impose, that these teams are so evenly matched.
Well, that's what you want to see. There's nothing more dispiriting, really, for spectators, but also for teams when you've got such a huge disparity against one team and the other. It's just not fun to watch. It's just boring.
Yeah. And not fun to play either.
Well, not fun to play either when you're playing against someone who's either too below your level or too high above your level.
Yeah.
You know, and it just takes all the fun out of it.
You want to test yourself, but
Yeah.
but not against the best. I
Well,
don't need
yeah,
Barry McCarthy
that's gonna
coming
say,
in off
but-
30 yards,
Yeah.
trying to knock my head off.
Yeah, just wearing your browns at the end of it, you know.
Yeah, just, you want to be challenged within yourself. I mean, let's be honest. I would say that I've got myself out far more times than any bowler.
Oh, myself as well, you know. But you still have a couple of days where it works in your favour, so it keeps you interested. Can we continue? Another good ball.
Right up on the stumps again, James. She's gained a bit of accuracy over the winter.
Well, she's looking very good, isn't she, this season? Like I say, maybe a lot of work over the pre-season, I don't know, but she's got a great rhythm at the moment, great accuracy. Bit of variation as well. This is a good ball.
Nicely played away on the offside. Nice straight bat from the Leinster player.
So, what an over that was. A wicket maiden.
Well, what a tale of two first overs. Pembroke were 16 without loss after their first over. Leinster 0 for 1 after their first over, and yet I still have Leinster down as favourites for this game.
Well, they are. Yeah, I mean, this is from a Leinster point of view, you'd just be hoping this is a horrible blip. And let's restart. But they still have 9 wickets in the shed. And can a bit of pressure now be applied by Pembroke? Can they bowl another really, really good over?
Well, they have the bowling attack. Very Nickel now. Very Nickel in from the nursery end. That one's played away quite beautifully. It's going to trisect, I suppose.
Yeah.
3 fielders there.
What a great late cut.
Just waited on it
Yeah,
and
here we
played
go.
it through the gap. This is a super shot. There we go.
Not much foot movement, but she didn't really need it at that stage. Just sort
The
of.
ball was in the right place for
Yeah,
her.
yeah, exactly.
Cracking boundary. A good start to the over, and Bagnall off the mark.
This one a
This
bit
one-
wide. It's going to be
oh.
called wide, I think.
The way the umpire strode off, and he's got his arm hanging out by his side there. Always likes to show the scorers that he has a signal coming.
He called it the bye, so they got away with that one.
He did
I
indeed.
thought that was going to be called wide.
I did as well.
Anyway, maybe that's just a bit of a let off there for Pembroke. It's a better ball. Oh, it's a great ball, and it deceives everyone. That results in the dot. And just got to keep this line and length. Oh, that's great. It's glorious. How did that miss?
Oh. Nickel bowling very well there.
She's sort of forcing the batter to go for that big shot. She looks at the ball and goes, oh, this is one to hit. I've got to
I'm
hit.
gonna
I've
drive
got to-"
this.
Yeah. And it probably is the one to hit, but you've got to move your feet a bit more. Or
Get to the ball.
yeah. See, that one, she didn't move her feet really until she'd basically the ball gone past. Good bowling.
And the foot movement in itself wasn't tremendously huge either.
No.
It was just a shuffle towards point.
Well, it's one of those ones where you think you're moving it by about 2 feet, and it's really about 2 inches. This one's a bit wide. It's going to be called wide.
Yeah.
Just overcorrected that one. Yeah.
Yes. We won't give you Seer of the Year for that call.
No.
That one was a little bit obvious. Very wide delivery.
Well, another valuable run to Leinster's total.
They're in pursuit of Pembroke's 87 for 7 from 20 overs.
This one is right on target and just played back to the bowler for a dot.
It's a good over.
Yeah.
6 runs coming from it. including that cracking 4. That was shot of the day, certainly, James.
Yeah, it was a lovely shot. Yeah, and so Kim Leader, see if she can do that magic again for her team. I think if you haven't faced her, you just want to have a bit of a look. Getting good encouragement from her teammates.
Oh, that one's a bit wide.
Yeah, just trying too hard.
And there
there.
we were last over talking about her. Her accuracy has improved. No, doesn't like me clicking the top of my pen.
Oh, right, okay, right. Yep. Anyway, the restart in the over from Pembroke's point of view. This is a better ball, but it's kept out nicely and it's just played away on the leg side.
The other option was a feather with an ink pot. But I think ink pots and electronics probably don't go well together. Another single taken. McMahon and Bagnall slowly rebuilding this innings. 10% of the way as far as runs are concerned.
This one's a bit wide and left alone by about well spotted and it just goes through for wide. Yeah, just losing their radar now. Maybe just trying too hard to buy a wicket. I think it's easy from the cheap seats, but a lot of the time it's just about...
I take it that's 10 seconds behind. Niall showing us the backup.
Oh, okay.
He keeps trying to teach me things. Nice shot round to the leg side, behind square on the leg side. It's nicely fielded down there.
Duffy Mullen, is it?
Keeps it to a single.
Jessica, is that Jessica down there?
I don't know who that is.
I think it might be Jessica. She's got a good arm, and that's probably why they put her down on the boundary.
I thought Jessica was further up the wall.
Well, she was. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is. I think that's hard to say. Anyway, youth patrolling the boundary. This ball comes in and it's a bit short and it's played away.
Nice bit of fielding in the covers.
They pick up a single.
Bronwyn Boyd.
Oh, right, yeah. Just news.
Or Ivana Martin, which will explain why John Martin is down here today. Good ball getting through. Izzy McLean having a much better game than her previous outing. Keep at it, Izzy. It's there for you.
Yeah, trying that late cut shot's always a very difficult shot. Seems to have about a 10% reward on a good day.
1-1-1 for one, or 1-1-1.
It's a good ball, and it's in the air. Oh.
Drops in front of the fielder. So this is Ivana here in front of us.
Oh, okay, right.
And then Jess is down at the end of Cyril's way. And then I think that might be Bronwyn Boyd.
Oh, yeah.
Fielding just in front of the chapel.
That's a good ball.
That's the ball. That's the delivery.
The Yorker that she's been searching for. Another glorious ball. It just sort of floated it up there and it died just at the last possible millisecond, and it just deceived the batter who played all over the top of it and it crashed into the stumps for that horrible death rattle as a batter's point of view. But from a bowler's point of view, it's just music to your ears. And that's the second wicket down. Linster now 2 down for 12.
Here is this delivery, and it's brought about the demise of a second Leinster bat as they continue their pursuit of Pembroke's 87. They now find themselves 12 for 2, and the two out at the two openers, and Ian McMahon will find herself with a new partner any minute now.
Look at this ball. It should have been played on the offside, and it's just played across the line.
Again, it's just went down the Waterloo and it came down the Bakerloo.
Yeah, exactly.
It came down the northbound dart, and
Yeah.
I played up the up south. Well, Pembroke crawling fingernail by fingernail their way back into this game. In fact, this is Ivana Martin here. The family resemblance is such.
Yeah, she looks. Well, Lainey looks a bit like her. Yeah. A new batter out there.
And the new batter is Nasli Leach.
Oh.
Lech. I think it's Lech, actually. I'm going with Lech. Nickel bowling from the nursery end.
A man facing. That was a nice pitched up ball there.
I suspect we're also going to see the bowling of Zoe Bell at some stage. And Becca Gallagher.
Well, Zoe Bell, who recently got called up for the play on the Super Series. She'd be it's actually not badly played, that one.
It was bunted away. I think Charlie would have enjoyed that shot. It was a check.
It looked like she was going to go out for a big swing, then change her mind halfway through it. And just.
You'd almost be checking with the umpire down the first base line as to whether the bat had come around.
Yes.
And it was definitely a shot from the cousin sport of baseball. Nickel comes in again. Short. Oh, that's nicely played away on the offside.
Yeah, I like that.
Just showed the face of the bat to the ball and is calling for the second, and that might not be the wisest thing to do, and is sent back quite rapidly.
Well, her partner there had no intention of moving from the crease. Are you mad? But yeah, it puts a bit of pressure on the fielder, I suppose. That's the intention.
Yeah, I mean, you're showing intent certainly to take these extra runs. And maybe Leinster feel that they need to take the runs they can as they can. Ooh. Good ball again from Nickel, beating the outside edge.
Broke away there, sort of swung out nicely. She's bowling well.
Fine bowler, very Nickel. League medal to her name from last year, of course.
No, she's been a valuable part of this team for a few seasons. Oh. Well played.
That's well bowled.
Yeah, I mean, it's about the only thing you could do with that, just defend it away. Survive.
Cricket the winner, isn't that the cliche for that moment?
Yeah. Last ball of the over coming up.
What a lovely, lovely evening. It's Tuesday, midweek. Break up your working week with a bit of Pembroke cricket.
This one, just overzealous, I think. That ball just lost her line and length, and it just went too wide on the offside. She's probably hoping, okay, this is going to be the dot.
Valentine's Day score.
Yeah, this is going to be the wicket she's hoping. I'm coming there and I'll get this one out. But it's played out nicely to the cover region. They've scampered through for a single. Did well there. Lent into that. And at the end of the over, 4 down, 15 for 2.
Good over for Pembroke. Both wickets having fallen to Kimberly MacDonald, one in each of her overs so far. I'm sure the skipper's going to let her have a third, or is it time to change the bowling?
Looks like they are changing the bowling, bringing on, is it Jessica? Yes, it is. She did quite well at the bat today. I think she definitely put a claim in to go a bit higher up in the order. Now let's see what she can do with the bat, with the ball.
Also, has given her team something to defend.
Yeah.
This one coming back into the right-hander. Nice start, finding the middle of the bat.
No, she's a great cricketer. I've actually had the luck to be able to play a couple of games with Jessica in the past, and she was always better than me. Oh, nice ball there, just played away on the leg side. That's okay, just a bit well backed up.
Still inside the power play. I don't know if there is a power play for Division 2.
No, I don't.
There aren't any rings out.
No.
Great, it means you can't field on them. That will halve our conversations tonight.
Oh.
That one nearly snuck its way through.
I didn't know what was happening with that one. Got a bit of an inside edge, I think, or something.
Must have been thudded back into the pads.
It looks like there's a slight flat spot out there on that nursery end of the wicket. Sometimes the ball stays a fraction lower than batter anticipates. This one's a
Down
bit
the
wide.
leg side. Oh. Well, that's desperation singles very early on.
Well backed in.
That was madness running that one, I thought, but Leinster know what they're doing. They've moved on now. 17 for 2.
Yeah.
Really strange one, that, to me.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit risky. That's a good ball.
Not overly excited by the thought of appealing, it would appear.
No, but I think it's kind of like, what's that appeal? If you don't ask, you'll never know, but
Yeah.
the odds are, it's not going to be going our way, but... And again, they haven't been to the Lucan school of appealing yet. Maybe you can organise a club day out. This one's crashed out.
Fielder out there.
Deep cover, and it's just going to be the one run. Well fielded there by Anna Lynn.
Sun slowly dropping down towards Sandymount Dart Station. I'm sure that's not its final destination, but in that general direction. Love this time of year, though.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
bright, so late. I mean, this game didn't start until 6:30. Plenty of time to play it. We have another week. Well, another couple of days, really. We're nearly at the
It's summer solstice, thinking.
22nd.
Okay.
So that's creeping towards us.
So Zoe Bell is going to be the new bowler from the nursery end. I think this is an excellent move. She's just adjusting her field, and she's bringing up some fielders into the attacking positions. I think,
You've got to have a squeeze on, really.
yeah,
You can't. A, you need it, and B,
it's
you need catches.
yeah.
As much as squeezing in on the single and everything, you actually want people in catching positions. Ash Carthy just moving a bit rounder. I have to get some more tags, but
Yeah. Oh,
and this one has gone through and beaten everybody, and Ash
Yes.
Carthy's been moved away from that position, and as a result, it's going to go down, and it's gone for 4, and it's 4 byes, and that's not really what Pembroke are looking for at this stage.
in 1 minute there, I thought this is going to be the wicket ball because it looked like it was going to be a full toss, and
It
then
wasn't.
absolutely died and just deceived the batter and the keeper as a result. That's too good.
Curveball, I think our American
Yeah.
cousins would say. It just died as it reached the stumps and squeezed its way past them.
Wow, very, very lucky not to get a wicket on that ball. This one just drifting down leg, just caught a bit wide. She's just putting a bit of pressure on herself, I think, Zoe.
She's searching for wickets tonight.
Yeah, she's...
You know, she feels the responsibility of captaincy, and you know, who wouldn't?
No, of course
you don't
not.
want to let anybody down, and
No, okay, she's doing a great job.
But she has to remember she hasn't let anybody down.
No,
Another one slides down the leg side. The umpire again nods his head and says, "Ah, do you know what?
that's all right.
That was okay."
Just need a minor adjustment to the radar now and should be in a good line and length.
Another one down the leg side. Ash Carthy and Izzy McLean between them will tidy this one up. The umpire will signal that again as byes. That's a nice shot Niall has
Yeah,
with the GoPro.
the postcard.
Yes, exactly. Wish you were here. Oh,
Oh,
big expansive
that's-
drive at one outside off, and that's what she's looking for,
Yeah,
is to
that's-
drag that one back in.
That's a great ball. That is the ball that you'd think, oh, why haven't I got a wicket with that ball? That is beautiful. Well, Leinster just need to Look for the loose
Wide.
ones here.
Wide of the off stump. She's finding a better line. She's probing that sort of third, fourth, fifth stump line now, which is where she wants to be. So if one turns back through the gap.
This is a dangerous line. You want to be very careful as a batter.
Just pulls out of that one.
Shadows are getting a bit long now, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, when you see what time it is, you're not
Look,
surprised,
another great
really.
ball.
I mean, it is 20 past 8.
Yeah, I know. It's surprising it's as bright as what it is. That's a
Sun's
good
still
over in the end.
high in the sky. 25 for 2 from 6. That's the end of the power play. 6 runs coming from the over.
It wasn't from bad bowling, really. It was just basically almost the one ball that was too good.
Yep. The one
Deceived everyone.
The one we thought was going to be stopped by the stumps was only stopped by the boundary rope.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's a good over for Leinster, though, from their perspective.
just 63 required now from 14 overs at 4.5 and over. That information, of course, runs across the... Well, it doesn't run. It sits on the bottom of your screen.
Move that in a little bit to the batter, that ball.
And it took the inside edge, and after that it's a lottery. It's like a pinball machine between bats and pads and gloves and feet and stumps, and you hope the stumps are in there somewhere as a bowler.
It's getting good shape. Really impressed. Oh!
Will be a linchpin of this side for quite a while, I feel.
A bit of luck goes Leinster's way there. They had a big shot to try and put that over the rope for 6, and she did well not to get bowled.
She thought it was there
Oh,
and missed it. And Becca Gallagher then
mops up in the gully. It's really good bowling here by Jessica. It's making it difficult. It's difficult bounce or difficult length.
it's
for the
hard
batter.
to pick up a speed
It
as
is,
well, because
yeah.
the ball is sort of dropping away, and then you don't know.
She's got it moving in and then going straight.
She's certainly creating problems for the Leinster bats. This one, however, full on the leg side, is just played around the corner. Bronwyn Boyd does the fielding.
Does well. Make sure she gets the body behind it. It's only a single.
Breeze picking up here now. Just Diesel going past. As much as I love the noise of the ground, the Diesel just a bit much, especially when he's going so slowly.
Oh, that was wide.
He's
Yeah,
hoping-
just drifted away the wrong way.
Sometimes I think the drivers just like to have a little look as they're going past. The ivy on the fence now almost growing up. It's doing a far better job of hiding the darts. Nicely played away on the offside. They'll come in. There'll be a single.
Who's back in?
Ivana Martin, to answer your question.
Yeah, she got around quickly, which is good. That's aware. This is a good ball. Oh,
And again, it's amazing how one of these hasn't hit the stumps. Another bite. End of the over. 7 gone now. 30 for 2. Another good over for Leinster. And it's these two now starting to put together a partnership. They came together with a score on 12. They're now up to 30, 18 together. And it hasn't taken them too long. Just 5 overs. And Leinster now will start feeling a bit better about their chances of reaching this target of 88. They require another 58. And they have 13 overs to do it in. Now that's for me is a sensible move.
yeah, I think so too. If you have a bit of a tendency to drift down leg or...
Yep,
or
and
or
Ash
going
Carthy's coming round to third.
Well,
Just
not
behind point, no, third.
Yeah, I should say drift down leg. But just you can bowl that good ball that might get through to keepers' defences.
Well, it's defending against that boundary we saw
There you
in the last over, and it immediately pays dividends. Although I do feel, in her defence, Ash Carthy was made feel a bit wider there. And that's what the difference was between those two,
Yeah.
the one that got through and this one that was stopped. Bell coming in. Good high delivery.
Oh.
And it's up in the air and
No one
nobody's
sees
seen
it.
it. Oh, well, here is the replay of the chance.
Just had some
Pembroke-
technical difficulties there.
Pembroke unable to take it. It's very hard for a wicketkeeper wearing a helmet. This one hit down to mid-on, and Becca Gallagher keeps it to a single. But yeah, that one went up, and everyone would think, oh, that's the keepers, they should get there. But when you're wearing a helmet, your visibility really is cut down. And you have to wear a helmet these days if you're standing up to the stumps. This one pushed through a bit quicker by Bell. I think the umpire is thinking of widening it as well. It's certainly going to be a bye anyway. No, wide as well. And Pembroke really can't afford to be giving away free runs like this. They need wickets. Leach and McMahon now have put on 22. When you're only chasing 88, that's a big partnership. This one nicely, powerfully hit down the ground. Bronwyn Boyd doing a fine bit of fielding, underarms it back in. And I'll take a breath. But yes, it's...
And they're batting well, aren't they, these two?
Yeah, they've just been sensible about it.
Yeah.
We're not seeing too many boundaries, but they're picking up the runs. They're onto the loose balls, and there's another one played round the corner. Umpire signals this one as a no ball, and you just get the feeling at the moment Zoe's perhaps putting too much pressure on herself.
Yeah, she's just trying too hard. That's all it is. I mean,
Just relax, toss it up there, see what happens. How often is it you come in and you bowl the full toss and you go, oh, here we go, and it takes the wicket for
I
you?
know. It's
You know, cricket is an illogical game, I think Mr. Spock would say. But it really can mess with the top 2 inches.
what I find. I mean, I'm not as good a bowler as, say, Zoe or anyone on his team, but I find that if I'm not getting it right, I actually just take one extra step off my run-up. I just almost just come in one step and then bowl. Just keep it really, really basic and slow, and just get the line right. And then once I've got
You
that,
can start messing with it once you've got that set delivery.
and sometimes slow it down. I mean, that makes the batter have to do all the work to get the ball away, and which can drive a miss-hit. Well taken.
Izzy McLean taking a nice one down the leg side on this occasion. It sees the end of the 8th over, and the score has moved on to 38 for 2. 8 runs off that over for Leinster, and they are, again, well in control. Just 50 runs required now.
Yeah, and Pembroke obviously need the breakthrough, and that's part of the problem. It makes the bowler think, I have to get this breakthrough, I have to get the breakthrough. I know if these guys are hitting the ball really well, I'd still like to probably bring a few people in a fraction closer.
Tighter.
Because there are singles they're running here.
To put them into single saving positions or to bring them into catching positions?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
But mainly, if you choke singles, then that brings around catching opportunities as well, because I think I have to go over the top.
Yep.
Well, I've got to have a big swing at least.
Yeah, it's amazing how just sort of 3 dot balls in a row will change a batsman's
Yeah.
composure.
It's a good ball. Oh, should you want to kick
Nicely
that out?
played away. And there's an example of exactly what you're saying, James. They get through for an easy single to one that's fielded inside the ring.
Yeah, point there, and
just too deep.
Point's way too deep. Point needs to be a good 5 or 6 paces in, and then start walking in.
Wide outside the off stump. Another one added to that total.
Again, I think, it's just a matter of the pressure they're putting on themselves here.
Searching for wickets rather than what we'd like to see is this building of pressure.
Yeah. Because all of a sudden, you've got 3 from the over already, and there's only 1 legal ball being bowled. And that just takes all the pressure off Leinster. But, it's all part of the learning.
Lovely sweep around the corner, and on this occasion it will find the rope. And when Boyd unable to stop that one, and it runs away to the boundary, and that brings the score up to 45. And this proving to be another good over for Leinster.
Yeah, nice shot, that one. Just got down low and swept it around the corner. Fielder had no chance to get there, and now it's stuck in the black hole of the hedges that we have. Oh, they found it, went straight through.
Which will show what stage of disrepair the fence is in.
Yes.
Yeah, so that fence is going
It's like a token cardboard fence,
to come up for a bit of maintenance soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do we have the sacrificial burning of the old fence and replacing with the new fence? I don't know.
Yeah, the trouble is, a few of the posts, what's damaged, it's not just a matter of replacing some panels and
I know, that's
a lot of work. But they've done a lot of work, those posts.
another good shot around the corner there, but there is the fielder. Go straight to her, they just pick up the single. But already, there's 8 from the over, is it, so far?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another good over for Leinster. She's got that shot
Yeah.
pretty much mastered. Scored a few runs there. And it's clever play. It's not taking a huge amount of effort. You just leave the bat there, let the ball run off it, and take your run. 9 from the over now.
Well, she can see that there's a run there every day if she can make contact.
Anything outside off?
Anything outside off, especially if it's kind of point or behind point, there's no one there.
It's a bit wide and will be signalled as such.
Just struggling with this over, Jessica. She started so well. Trying to obviously do well for her team, but just overdoing it, maybe one could say. These 2 batters are doing well for their team as well. Oh, it's a lovely shot, isn't it?
She's played that well again. On this occasion, Boyd keeps it to a single. Score moves on to 49. And we have 1 more ball left in this, the 9th over. Leach has moved on to 9, McMahon on to 11. And yet they've put together a partnership now of 37.
Yeah, well, that's telling about the amount of extras that have been racked up.
This one slips past.
Oh, will they get to the boundary on that one?
And it does.
It does. And that brings up the 50 for Leinster. And that's halfway, are we?
Well, that's 9 overs gone.
No, nearly halfway.
And score now, as James says, has moved on to 53 for 2. And the game is slipping away from Pembroke now.
Well, yeah, after that great start that they had, Leinster have fought back hard, and basically, it's not really even that. It's just basically Pembroke have let them in.
Good to see Sammy back.
Yep.
As I say, it may be Sammy, it may be son of Sammy.
It's got the same strut as Sammy anyway.
Yep. He's visiting us here at Sydney Parade. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it looks like there's going to be a change of bowling. Field being set.
Yeah, no, they can't really afford to give away extras now at all. I mean, they've just given way too many away. I think extras must be close to being top score again.
Oh, now you made me want to look it up. I'm sure it is top score.
Georgia Beattie now into the attack. Georgia's had some good season with the. There it goes, just edged away nicely to third man region.
Out of a total of 54, 31 have come from the bat. 23 extras.
Oh my goodness. Well, as we say, something to work on.
Certainly is. Georgia Beattie. She was the opener who stuck around today. Well, she's the bowler who takes a wicket. And she picks up the third wicket with the score on 54.
Wow, that's a valuable breakthrough. Just wide, and the batter went for a massive big shot and just got the toe of the bat and basically inside edge on the toe of the bat and dragged it onto the stumps.
Well, how many times have we seen that happen, James? The
Oh.
bad ball takes the wicket.
Absolutely.
And that won't be the best ball she bowls all day. It won't be the best ball of this over, that's for sure. She got away with that one and picks up a wicket with it. She'll
Good.
be delighted, and so
Absolutely.
will her teammates. Very wide,
Yeah.
no footwork, bat just, as you say, that bottom inside corner,
Yeah.
and it flew back onto the stumps, and 54 for 3, and another twist in the tail of this game.
Well, from a spectator's point of view, I certainly hope so. You'd be, 2 or 3 wickets down now, and what happens then? Is it?
What's to come?
Well, that's always the question, isn't it? You get through to the top 3 or 4 or 5 batsmen. Is there any depth?
Well, Georgia Beattie, in her first over, has picked up a wicket.
Yeah, she's having a pretty good day, really.
Good day with the bat, good day with the ball. This one driven back. She fields her own bowling.
Yeah.
She's doing everything tonight.
No, she's doing very well. It's a good opportunity for her to start to apply some pressure on the opposition. Bowling really well. Oh. It's good bowling there. Not sure if that was the inside edge onto the keeper and just crashed into the pads and sprung away, or whether that just got through the defences of the batter. But anyway, they pick up a run. So it must have been an edge. It's a good ball, but it's just played away defensively to the leg side. Mid wicket picks it up.
Hello, McMahon. She's now on 12 from 28 deliveries.
George has got a bit of pace tonight. I haven't seen her much this season, but the ball that you sort of smother there and it just rolls away, and you wonder, is it going to crash into the stumps?
Where did that go? You know
Yeah.
you stopped it, but you also know it's still moving. And where is it? And there's that panic of where is it under your feet? And horrible, horrible moments. 10 overs gone, 55 for 3. 10 overs gone.
Good
10
over there
overs
for
to go.
Good over there from Pembroke. Just 2 runs from it, but a wicket, and I think this is a good move, bringing Kimberly McDonald, the opening bowler, back on. You've got to make sure that your opening bowlers don't have any wickets, or any overs up their sleeve when the game finishes. You've got to bowl them out.
If you've got aces, you want to play them before the end of the game.
Yep. This one smacked out onto the leg side, but there's protection out there in the deep. And good arm, and it's just the 1 run.
Another run for Ursula Oliver.
You know one thing I like about Leinster? Got names and numbers on the back of their shirts.
Absolutely.
And I think that should be
Obligatory.
Obligatory come out from...
Even if a team comes out with 11 number 11s, I don't care. As long as there are numbers, which most of the time will give you a chance of knowing, let you tell the difference between 2 people at least.
Yes. 11 separate numbers would be handy.
Yeah. Or go down the Bath and Leicester rugby teams route and use letters. I don't mind, but it's something that distinguishes
Yeah, you can sort of
people out there. We're lucky in that we watch a lot of Pembroke cricket and we get to recognise people's walks and
Yeah.
how they look and dare I say with some of the players their silhouettes. As a wicket falls, Kimberly McDonald brought back into the attack and she takes her third wicket. The score is 57 for 3 and Ursula Oliver's stay is a short one.
Is it for 3 or 4 now? 4.
A 4.
57 for 4.
4 down.
Well, like you say, another twist in the tail. 2 overs and 2 wickets.
Well, that's a good bit of captaincy bringing her back, James, isn't
I
it?
think that's great captaincy. Well done there, Zoe Bell. Inspired.
Well, perhaps there are thoughts in this that this game isn't over yet. We've seen this second 11 was snatched victory from the jaws of defeat in the game against Clontarf. Or was it that Clontarf snatched defeat from the jaws of victory? It was one or t'other. Anyway, Vel McGee will be the next player in. And
Well,
that's certainly the voice of experience.
Yeah, and I think what these two need to think about is like, don't play any shots like that. You've got 31 off basically 60. Or, you know, they're close enough. 30
Yep.
off 60. So we can do this in singles.
James,
We're
dare
gonna
I
get-
say you could do it in extras if you're
Yeah.
out there for 10 overs. Kimberly McDonald firing one in at the feet of the bat. Valmy, who's also umpired, scored.
Fascinating.
Through to the keeper on this occasion. McLean takes a good clean take.
Yeah, just that late cut that deceives everyone on every level.
Yeah. Just holding the bat out there. Niall's picture, postcard, still looking quite beautiful there.
It is.
We'll get him to show that between the overs.
Kimberly's bowling fantastic tonight. Oh,
And this time just pushed away on the offside again. And again, single taken even though it's gone straight to the fielder. And that's just wrong. Too deep, giving away the run.
and quick calling though. That's good calling by the batter.
And 11 overs are complete.
Do we have any?
59 for 4.
Oh, great.
Oh, he provides a waiter service as well.
Well, can a couple of quick wickets fall here and change the complexion in Pembroke's favour? I'd have to think that if you're Leinster, yeah, you might lose one, but even if they do, you'd just be saying
Just stay there.
single, no big swings. Just push the big gaps everywhere. If you get it past,
Oh, look, you've got a choice.
oh, no, I'll go to caffeine, thanks, mate.
What do you want? Do you want the giant Red Bull then?
No, not that much caffeine. Thank
I don't
you.
know where that came from.
That's
Thank you
me.
from our
Yeah.
sponsors, Schweppes.
So, let's see how things go. Pembroke desperately trying to stay in this game. Beattie
Oh,
outside off on that fourth, fifth stump line.
she's looking pretty dangerous.
Next over you can put a worm or something out in the postcard.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Gotta go find it then. Director, demanding director today.
This one's a bit full down the leg side, but they do have the deep gully to protect the boundary and just goes through for a single. That's good enough from Leinster's point of view. Just drifted a bit down leg there. And now Val Gee's it.
Valmay Gee.
He's going to face
No sniggering at the back.
Beattie for the first time. And,
That's a nice
good
shot.
That's a
That's-
great shot. That's 4.
There's where the experience comes in. Recognised the bad ball so quickly, was onto it, turned, and has smacked that one for 4. Beattie just drifting onto the leg side on this occasion, and she pays the price. Boundary, 4 more onto the score. Just 24 required now.
No, it's a good shot, that, because that's actually harder than it looks when you first get to the crease. It's easy to miss those.
Yeah,
You know, you haven't
and she
quite
had
got-
the sense just to wait for it and then play it around the corner as opposed to trying to add a huge
Yeah.
amount of pace to it.
Yeah, she didn't thrash it through. She just, used, like you said, used the pace of the ball. Kept it on the carpet for most of the journey.
Another one pulled away down to square leg. Just be a single on this occasion.
Adeline sprints in, make sure that that's only going to be one.
Women's thirds here tomorrow night. They're against the Titanesses of Terranure. Better ball, but again, just drifting onto leg. Played out to Anna Lynn. She's saving a rake of runs out there today.
Oh, she's been great.
Another single takes the score on to 66 for 4. Just 22 required now. Pembroke need to break through quickly. Take 2 or 3 wickets in and over.
Yeah, the sun's getting quite low in the sky now, so it's going to be difficult for those batters who are on the offside. Oh, lovely ball there. Again, the field's a bit deep. Goes down to mid-on, but mid-on is deep and they can easily get through
They're
for a
just
single.
conceding too many runs inside that ring.
Yep.
That ring should be sort of the Fort Knox and tighter on
Yep.
things. But,
Oh,
oh, there we go. Let's have a look and see how the graphics department, with that beautiful sunset behind it, you can see Leinster, well, they're quite a way ahead. And Pembroke's worm sort of slowed down towards the end. And it looks like, Leinster should find their way home soon enough. Right, back to the banner at the bottom, if I can find them. There we go, just in time.
I mean, she's playing across the line a lot there. You could say, they're essentially pull shots or sweep shots, but she's watching the ball and she's getting good connection, so no real risk.
The ball's turning up on the leg side, and it's nice to be able to hit those ones around to leg, you know.
Feels good when you get a connection on those sorts of balls. This one, again, trying that late cut shot.
Well, Kimberley into her final over. She's 3 wickets
No,
so
this
far.
is
Oh, sorry,
Jessica.
Jessica. Just that one over then from Kim Lee. Back to Jessica. This
Oh.
one played down to third off the edge of the bat, and McMahon will call through for 2. That'll take her on to 18. Ella McMahon doing a super job for her side tonight.
Yeah, she's been great. Outstanding there. Really anchored down the innings from
Well, when she came in, the score was 12 for 2, and she was sort of thrown in at the deep end at that stage.
yeah, you'd barely have your pads on, wouldn't you? You know.
And they did really, really well. Partnership of 42 earlier on, and she's now guiding her side.
I thought she had her there.
Again, we've seen so many just missing that off stump. Just there or thereabouts.
It's a bit lucky there to get that one. Not to get a bottom edge or something onto that. It was a very, try to delicately run it down, I think, behind the keeper.
This one played out onto the leg side. It just bounces in front of the fielder. Nicola it is, who thought she was in with half a chance, but it died.
It sounded like it was going to get more legs than that, didn't it?
Yeah.
That shot.
Just not coming off the middle of the bat, not having the timing. And the bat will be delighted.
Yeah, just as well.
Oh, full toss, and again played round to the leg side. There are 2 fielders there. Only 1 is required.
Good fielding there. Save 3.
And that is another over gone. 71 for 4, just 4 runs coming from that over. Good over from Duffy Mullin. Her 4 overs have cost 26 runs.
And I think it's time for probably keep Georgie going, but I'm surprised that she didn't bowl Kimberly McDonald one more.
Yes, she has one left, obviously saving it, but
Yep.
I'm wondering, saving it for what now? You just really play your cards high to low, all the way down to the bottom. This occasion, Beattie played around to square leg, a run taken. We're into the teens of runs required now, just 16, sweet 16. 16 candles.
Molly Ringwald, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. It was illegal to make a teen movie without her in it in the 80s, you would think, wouldn't it?
John Hughes, just, yeah.
Still sing?
Yeah. It's the only day of the year when we can see it this hour of the evening. And we are now 10 to 9.
We didn't continue.
Oh, in the air, on the offside, into space.
Almost hit that one a bit too hard. And straight to the fielder and mid-off. No run.
I still think she could have stopped that if she'd been a further 10 yards in,
Yeah.
and also stopped the ones that trickle out that way. This one,
Just gets the bottom edge from the toe of the bat, really. Similar to the one that
She got a
colleague
wicket.
her teammate dragged onto the stumps. Maybe she was thinking, I'll try that again, eh?
throw in a dirty old ball there and see what happens sometimes. And again, drifting onto the legs. These two very strong on anything that's sort of on their pads or wider. They can swing round and play them round the corner, pick up their singles. Just 14 from victory now.
No, they're very good, these two.
Yep, doing a super job. Full toss.
Played out
And
the point.
that's another one of those shots McMahon likes, and the ball on the offside, just guiding it more than anything else. 18 degrees, my phone tells me.
All right.
Of course, it's nothing like
Nothing
that
like
under
that
the
under-
gazebo.
yeah. Somewhere in the world it is, but not here.
But it must be a lovely evening out there. A few people down watching. Oh, another one. Full toss. It's going to be signalled a no ball. And they won't take the second. They don't need to. They got the second because it was a no ball. Steve McCarthy, having had his bit of exercise for the evening, looks like he's going to be heading for the hills, or at least for Booterstown.
Yep.
I'd suggest if there's somebody in the McCarthy household at the moment, it might almost be time to stick the kettle on for his hot chocolate. Another one that's played wide, chopped down past the keeper. Ash Carthy will do the fielding. But again, these runs are just seeping away.
Yeah, she'd probably be almost better off leaving that one through. I think she would have been called a wide, but no.
Well, 77
For 4 of
of 14.
And, well, Leinster have done great work here. They've really rebuilt that innings, and even though they lost another wicket later on,
Here you go, James. Here's your wish.
yeah, I think this is the only way to go, bring Kim Lee on.
Kim Lee's fourth and final over. Good night, Steve.
Good night, Steve.
See you all later.
I've just told them to put the kettle on for you.
Thank you very much.
Steve McCarthy just about to get into his car. Well, carved away
That's
behind
a
point.
Great shot.
Super shot, and even Anna Lynn can't cut that one off. A lovely boundary, 4 runs. Just gave herself space and cut it away. And again, you can see the experience that Guy brings to this team.
Yeah. That's a glorious shot, that one. Anyway, they've made them get to the 15th over, probably the 16th over maybe.
Another super shot,
The-
another boundary, and now just 3 more required.
Yeah, she's seen the ball so well from the first moment she got out there, this batter.
Plenty of experience.
And
Kim Lee's done her best today. She's taken 3 wickets. And with those 2 fours, she was 3 for 10 from 3. And in the space of 2 deliveries, it's 3 for 18.
would you bring Nickel, if they get out of this over without victory, I'd bring Nickel back on,
Again,
personally.
you've got any cards left in your hand, you play them. Nothing worse than getting back to the dressing room and finding you had 3 aces up your sleeve and you didn't use them. This one in the air, but straight down the ground, finds the safety of turf. And another single taken. Just 2 more runs required to close out this Sports Hub Leinster League Division 2 clash. Leinster will be heading back to Rathmines with the victory. And Pembroke, well, again, I'd say they didn't get enough runs.
Well, that ultimately is the root cause of it, isn't it? You know, the defeat, but also they were too expensive in their bowling.
I think there are too many extras. But, you know, this isn't the full seconds team. There's a lot better to come from this team. That's a wide, and that brings the scores level. So, yeah, I mean, there's little things you could tweak. I'd bring the fielding a little bit tighter. The bowling has to be a little bit more accurate, less conceding of extras. And when they have batters and can put totals on the board, they certainly have the bowling attack to defend. I mean, they've defended 87 very well. That's a big blow down the ground. It's going to land safely, and it will let Leinster get through for the winning runs. And Leinster will win by 6 wickets in this Division 2 clash. Well, ordinarily, we'd take you through the cards, take you through the talking points of the game, but there weren't too many talking points. I think Leinster were just better tonight.
Well, they just were. Their bowling attack was outstanding. And they just really put pressure on Pembroke, and apart from the first over, they just really couldn't get going, couldn't get momentum happening.
Yep.
So, and then they just batted really well. They had a couple of wobbles at the start, but then a couple of the key batters dug in and had a bit of luck to go their way, sure. But just on the point you're making there, I know half the people are probably turned off now, but if if you'd only had half the extras and if you scored 20 more with the bat, you'd probably have 45 extra to defend now. That could have been the difference between whether you get across the line or not.
Big differences. Big differences. The 2 sides now come out for the traditional battle of the handshakes.
Yeah.
You go this side, we'll go that side. It's traditional to go down the left-hand side, and we will leave it there. The women's thirds, as I say, are playing tomorrow against the Titanesses of Terenure, and on Saturday, I think, thirds?
I can't recall now who's out here on Saturday.
But Sunday is a big game. It's a league game. It's a game with Cork County. It's here at Sydney Parade. It will be on Pembroke Cricket Live. As I say, if you want to receive notifications and announcements from Pembroke Cricket Live, please do get in touch and I will add you to our mailing list. Our notification list.
Yes.
So
you know what it's like.
It's an option there for you.
But thanks for joining us tonight, folks. It's always good to have your company. We hope you've enjoyed it. And thank you again to Niall for putting in these fantastic images and points of interest, and just, making it all happen, all the magic happen.
Yeah, it certainly is, isn't it? Magic. I know he blushes every time we say it, but thank you very much, Niall. We couldn't do it without you.
And that's never a truer word said. And
despite what he's trying to teach me, I still wouldn't do it without you.
No.
And on a lovely sunny evening in Pembroke, look at that for a glorious, glorious sight. If there are any artists out there, you couldn't ask for a better picture to be painting than that one. Tony Hart, eat your arse out. So, thank you to James and Charlie, who did a great stint in the first innings.
Yep.
And as I say, tomorrow's next broadcast will be 6:30. It's the women's third. And hopefully, James, will you be with us, or you'll be netting?
No, I won't be.
Of course.
I'll be at athletics, I think.
How did your barbecue go? Father's Day barbecue?
Yeah, plenty of meat. That was nice.
Protein heavy.
Protein heavy. It's
Well,
good.
isn't that a good thing?
Absolutely. And thanks, Craig, for holding down the team tonight. And we no doubt you'll be saying a few thousand words for the rest of the week.
Yeah. And people, Charlie's there saying, "Do you want to come back on?" No, I've got plenty to go. Don't worry.
Yes. And we have to maybe come up with some cricket bingo or something later on in the year.
Cliche bingo.
Cliche bingo.
Well,
But anyway, folks, well, look, thanks again for joining us, those who have stuck with us. And well done to Leinster, and commiserations to Pembroke. And we'll talk to you, and hopefully you'll join us for the next one. Good night.